I want everybody to close your eyes very tightly. Close them completely, and I will count to 3, and I want you to open them, okay? And it's going to be fun imagining what you see, okay? When I count to 3. 1, 2, 3. Open. Okay. What did it do? Got your attention. Okay? It created a balance of thought. You're thinking out there. I want you thinking here. Okay, so I gave you something to look at. When I was asked to do this, I thought of 4 things. I thought of the equation E equals mc squared, traffic signals, a black and a white square, and divine right action. Y equals E equals mc squared. Basically, it's the universal expression of how and why man is responsible for what is and can be created. Okay? E equals mc squared is the symbolic equation, Albert Einstein's theory of special relativity, that showed that the increased relative mass, or man, of body comes from the energy of motion of the body, that is the kinetic energy, divided by the speed of light squared. It makes a whole lot of sense to someone. The equation expresses the fact that mass and energy are the same physical entity and can be changed into each other. The way I see the equation, enlightenment equals me times compassion squared. Okay? Energy cannot exist if people do not exist. We are the energy, the creativity, and the mass, the creative being. It cannot exist without me and my compassion for the life and everything in it. And I must give it more than I take, because in me is the essence, the soul that can create. It is thought. That creation, that balance, and beauty are born. Traffic signals, and this one is interesting. We live in a time when whole cities talk to the people in it. And it does so by the use of old and new techniques. It has to be able to communicate with people of all ages. We got the little ones, the tiny ones who can't express in words that we understand. Here's how it's done. It uses words like stop, yield, road work ahead, etc. Colors like red, yellow, green, blue, and symbolism like hexagons and triangles. To quote a current issue of Popular Science magazine, soon cars, buildings, cities, and people will have sensors and software that track resources, respond to crime, and take constant vital signs. It has to do this to keep the balance of how people move and react in public areas. Otherwise, we have chaos. We lose the balance of life, the balance of the city. It has to stop and go. It has to breathe. And we have to, like our body, it has a life. We are its life. The black and white blocks. One cannot exist without the other. In people, God created the way that we use them in our lives. When we're awake, We look at the world around us in bright white light. What we don't see is things as they are, without the confusing background. And that's why we sleep. When we sleep, we are in darkness, but not the evil darkness where misunderstanding or the lack of understanding lives. But a darkness where we take each individual item or event that truly impressed us, something that really impressed us that we may not have realized, and see it without anything to distract us. That's the darkness, the thing that it's like a painter has his board, he's not painting. Okay, there's nothing distracting you. Example. Have you ever had the problem you could not solve, so you would say, let me sleep on it, and the next morning you've had the solution? That's what I'm talking about. Divine right action, probably the most important. This is the most important thought a practitioner can have when doing a treatment. It is through divine right action that our universe maintains perfect harmony and balance. While we may want a certain outcome, it is not up to us what that outcome is to be. It is up to the universe to create divine right action, to create balance. The way I see it, each of these things are what creates the balance in our lives and what we are able to live in a balanced, loving, caring existence. And so it is.
So it is.